So I'm about to show you why thousands of Southern California retirees are abandoning their dream of retiring in LA and San Diego. They're moving to Sonoma County and freeing up massive amounts of cash, sometimes enough to extend their retirement by years. I mean, if you're thinking about retirement in California, you need to know about this trend before it's too late. So let's talk money first, because honestly, the financial perks of retiring in Sonoma County versus Southern California are pretty amazing. I'm going to share some real numbers that have convinced even my most die-hard LA and San Diego clients to make the move up here. First up, the housing goldmine. When you downsize from a 2,000 square foot place in La Jolla to something similar in Healdsburg, you're going to free up $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 in cash, sometimes even more depending on your property. If I just had a client who closed on a place a couple of weeks ago and he bought a place for nearly $3 million, he put his house on the market in La Jolla for $4.35 million, got 4 offers and got $4.65 million. I mean, what's not to like? And that's even with Healdsburg's own prices climbing year upon year. Unlike some neighborhoods in Santa Rosa that I'll tell you about later, Healdsburg gives you that perfect mix of luxury and value. The cool thing is, it's not just about going smaller. A lot of my clients keep the same square footage or even go a bit bigger while putting cash into their pocket. I mean, to be honest, this housing strategy has helped so many of my clients from Southern California add significant time to their retirement timeline, sometimes by a number of years, just by leveraging their equity in the right way. Probably tax benefits are modest as well. Sonoma County's effective rate is around, just about 1.2, but some areas in Southern California are definitely higher than that. I mean, this can translate into roughly $900 for an annual saving on $1 million home when moving from LA, or about $600 when moving from San Diego. I mean, it's not life-changing, but hey, that's money in your pocket year after year. I'll show you later how to maximize these savings with some specific timing strategies. And here's something most people miss about California's tax setup. It works in your favor for in-state moves. Unlike 38 other states, California doesn't tax Social Security income, so retirees keep that tax break while cutting other expenses. So yeah, there are tons of options for retirees who want to stay in California but slash their living costs. Then there's this thing that almost nobody talks about. There's this under-the-radar pension deal between Sonoma and Los Angeles counties that most financial advisors totally miss. If you worked in the public sector, this is huge. The Sonoma County Employees Retirement Association has reciprocal agreements with the LA and San Diego systems, so you can transfer service credits without losing benefits or starting all over again. This can help you maximize your retirement benefits by combining your service time and in some cases using your highest salary for calculation of potentially increasing your retirement income depending on your situation. But look, money's just part of it. The lifestyle change from urban Southern California to wine country living, that's where things get really interesting. But before we move on, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on real updates and insights about Sonoma County real estate. I know this area inside out and I'm sharing tips and information here you won't find anywhere else, all designed to help you make smarter decisions and get the most out of your move. So yes, money's important, but let's be real, quality of life is what makes a retirement incredible. Former LA, Orange County and San Diego folks tell me all the time about the massive lifestyle improvements that they've seen after moving to Sonoma County. So let me walk you through the specific changes that have made them happier, healthier and even more satisfied. But if you're mainly worried about healthcare, really, you don't need to worry. We're talking about it soon. So now can we talk about the weather? Sonoma County's Mediterranean climate gives us a huge amount of sunshine. I think it's about 262 sunny days a year, with summer temperatures in Santa Rosa averaging around 78 degrees. That's 15 degrees cooler than LA and about 7 degrees cooler than San Diego, while winter hardly ever dips below 40 degrees. And when we get to those wildfire concerns later, you'll see how this climate pattern actually offers some advantages for your safety too. You know what's funny? The lifestyle change Orange County people talk about most isn't what you think. It's just being able to enjoy being outside year-round without melting in the heat or sitting in traffic forever like they did in SoCal. This daily difference really does transform how they feel in unexpected ways. Let's talk about air quality for a second. Sonoma County's got cleaner air than places like Los Angeles and San Diego. It's one of the perks of living here. I mean, what does that mean? If you've got asthma or COPD, you're probably going to breathe easier here. I mean, I've got a few clients who definitely say that their breathing problems get way better within a few months of living here. Now, I know what you're thinking, but won't I be isolated out there in wine country? Definitely not. Sonoma's got amazing social groups like the Sonoma Valley Newcomers Club with over 400 members and 30-odd interest groups for everything from wine tours to tech workshops. They make friends way faster than expected. It's all about finding your community. And now something worth mentioning, Sonoma Sonoma's active transportation plan has created 78 miles of senior-friendly walking trails with a focus on accessibility and comfort. I mean, that makes staying active super easy, no matter your mobility level. And it's pretty cool, right? The lifestyle perks are awesome, but Sonoma's healthcare setup might be even more impressive for retirees, and it surprises a lot of SoCal transplants. So let's chat about that for a minute. As we get older, healthcare becomes a big deal. I mean, obviously it does. Here's something most SoCal retirees didn't realize. Sonoma County has made huge investments in senior-specific medical infrastructure, and it's easier to access certain services here than it is in some parts of LA, Orange County, and San Diego. Let me show you the healthcare advantages that make aging in Sonoma County both easier and healthier. Sonoma County has some impressive integrated senior care network. The county's master plan for aging has helped expand access to geriatric care and at least 19 geriatric specialists within 10 miles of Santa Rosa. While LA and San Diego do have major medical centers and more specialists in total, many retirees here say it's easy to get timely appointments, sometimes just in a matter of days, depending on your provider and your insurance. I mean, that's a big deal compared to the longer waiting times you can face in some SoCal metro areas. And this becomes even more important when combined with financial planning approach we'll cover in just a moment. There's also a strong focus on healthcare coordination in Sonoma County, with providers using integrated electronic records. While this isn't unique to Sonoma, LA and San Diego have similar systems and technology. It does make managing care across multiple doctors more seamless, especially for seniors juggling several conditions or medications. And then on top of this, Sonoma's got mobile health clinics that bring primary and some specialty care to rural areas. I mean, these clinics travel to underserved communities and help solve one of the biggest problems that plague seniors in places like San Diego's East County, which is access. When we look at transportation concerns later, you'll see how this is part of a bigger strategy to address rural living challenges. Now, the housing options for seniors here are pretty creative too. Places like Enzo Village, which has just opened in Healdsburg, show off Sonoma's approach. I mean, they combine independent living cottages with memory care facilities in a really nice setting. I mean, it's definitely not for everyone, but they've got smart home tech and telehealth setups built right in. Plus, there are also innovative senior housing models in Sonoma County that hit the sweet spot between independence and support. Clusters of cottages arranged around shared gardens and outdoor kitchen areas. These create natural opportunities to socialize while still giving you your privacy and independence. I mean, this is all a big plus compared to some Southern California counties where healthcare subsidies have been shrinking. I mean, some private employers in the area also provide supplemental programs to help cover any gap. All right, want to go deeper into this migration trend? Well, let's look at how retirees from different parts of SoCal experience the transition to Sonoma County. So here's something to think about. Retirees from different parts of SoCal are drawn to Sonoma County for totally different reasons. Understanding those patterns gives you some great insights if you're thinking about making this popular retirement move. So whether you're trying to escape LA traffic or find somewhere more authentic than Orange County, it helps to understand the regional differences. I mean, the LA exodus is mainly about escaping that insane congestion, although clearly the recent fires have definitely been a contributing factor. Former LA residents tell me traffic reduction is their #1 reason for moving. I mean, Sonoma County's average commute time is just 23 minutes. I mean, that's about 30% drop from LA's average as it stands right now. Even better than that, you get the time back. I mean, what are you going to do with all that time? You certainly wouldn't be short of choices. And let's be honest, spending 2 to 3 hours in traffic every day just destroys your quality of life. I mean, my LA clients say this is the most immediate and noticeable improvement after relocating. Many describe the psychological relief as life-changing, even if they're just making occasional trips for groceries or meeting friends in a neighboring community. And what about Orange County transplants? Well, they're all about authenticity. Retirees from Irvine and Newport Beach often describe Sonoma as having Napa's sophistication without the pretense. They love that we focus on sort of agricultural authenticity instead of those commercialized leisure complex. Now, this isn't just a glossy version you see in the tourist ads. It's not about eating at fancy restaurants or spending all day at wineries. This is just how regular people live in places like Sonoma or Healdsburg and throughout Sonoma County. That authenticity is exactly what draws so many Orange County retirees who feel they've spent decades in planned communities with no real character. And San Diego and La Jolla migrants have got their own reasons. They're big big on microclimate benefits. While San Diego's weather is nice, some La Jolla retirees mentioned that Sonoma's slightly cooler temperatures and seasonal changes feel better for certain people and certain lifestyle situations. The combination of climate and fresh air just feels better for many seniors, even though average humidity levels are quite similar between Sonoma County and San Diego. But let me tell you, the neighborhood in Sonoma County that makes former LA residents happiest isn't what you think. It's the Railroad Square area of Santa Rosa. It offers a perfect transition between walkable urban layout, diverse dining options, and cultural stuff, giving you urban convenience but with easy access to wine country peace and quiet. So the benefits are pretty obvious, but there are some real challenges to think about. Let's tackle the most common concerns SoCal retirees have about moving to Sonoma County. I mean, let's face it, no move is perfect, and relocating from Southern to Northern California definitely comes with its challenges. Instead of glossing over the concerns, let's tackle them head on, along with the solutions that have helped thousands of SoCal retirees make this transition work. First, let me talk about the newer developments that showcase Sonoma County's wildfire protections. This is a big one. Sonoma County has seriously stepped up its fire protection game since the 2017 and 2019 wildfires. I mean, this is particularly important given the event in Southern California earlier this year. The wildfire prep approach in Sonoma County that gives SoCal clients peace of mind involves a three-part strategy that most newcomers don't discover until they've lived here for a few months. Comprehensive home hardening techniques, neighborhood fire watch programs, and detailed evacuation planning. There are communities in Healdsburg, for example, that have been early adopters of these practices and now being used widely across the county. But you know what's cool about Sonoma County? How they've tackled transportation issues. The county offers several major senior transportation programs, including services from companies like Silveride, which provide scheduled and subsidized rides for seniors. Now, while fully driverless 24/7 shuttles aren't yet widespread here, there are pilot programs and a strong commitment to accessible transportation. These services help eliminate the isolation worries that many SoCal seniors have about moving somewhere more rural, and especially valuable for accessing those specialized medical services I mentioned earlier on. And now that we've gone through all the factors driving this migration trend, let's look at what this means practically for SoCal retirees who are thinking about making the move to Sonoma County. For SoCal retirees eyeing Sonoma County, some specific financial planning strategies can maximize the benefits of relocating here. These go beyond just the basic housing math to create real retirement security. So let's talk about how you leverage your housing equity. I mean, the timing of property transactions between SoCal and Sonoma markets can impact your purchasing power, but a 15 to 20% boost is not guaranteed, and it will depend on individual market conditions. In Sonoma County, listing your home in the early spring is generally considered the best window for sellers, as the spring market tends to attract more buyers and higher prices. The idea of waiting until late fall to buy in Sonoma for better inventory and softer prices is plausible, but market fluctuations mean results can vary from year to year. Now, the housing transaction sequence that saved many on taxes involves this slightly counterintuitive approach. List your SoCal property in early February to catch the spring market premium, but delay your Sonoma purchase until October, which is also a good time to list in Sonoma County because so many visitors are here for harvest. While this timing can be advantageous, this will depend on each seller's individual situation, including capital gains, property values, and the tax bracket you're in. So what about healthcare transition planning? It's also really important. Coordinating medical record transfers, doctor selection, and prescription management can really help ensure continuity of care for complex situations. While a 3-month overlap with both SoCal and Sonoma providers is probably a practical approach, there's no universal standard. Successful transitions depend on your individual situation, your coverage, and any medical conditions you may have. All right, now for those considering the increasingly popular retirement migration, let's talk about how to figure out if Sonoma County is right for your specific situation. And let me be honest, while thousands of SoCal retirees have found their perfect retirement in Sonoma County, this move isn't right for everyone. Definitely not. Key indicators that predict happiness with this transition include your adaptability to seasonal changes. I mean, SoCal residents are used to minimal seasonal variation. They sometimes struggle with Sonoma's more pronounced winter season, while those who embrace the changing landscape and seasonal activities report the highest satisfaction levels. And get this, there are also personality and lifestyle compatibility indicators to consider. I mean, self-assessment questions focusing on pace preferences, social engagement styles, environmental priorities can all help determine if you're going to be happy in making the move. Ask yourself, do you enjoy spontaneous social interactions? Are you comfortable with a slower pace of everyday life? Or do you value natural beauty over urban convenience? Your answers to these questions can be surprisingly accurate predictors of whether you're likely to enjoy relocating here. I mean, financial threshold considerations are obviously also important. Analyzing your equity position and income requirements is key to determining if this relocation is financially advantageous. Generally, Southern California homeowners with significant equity and retirement income of at least $80,000 annually may experience the most significant financial improvement from this relocation. Of course, maintaining family contact and connections is crucial. Strategic approaches to maintaining Southern California connections while embracing Sonoma County just definitely makes a huge difference. And let me tell you, many successful transplants establish regular visitation schedules and create dedicated guest spaces in their Sonoma homes to maintain family bonds while building new local relationships. I mean, this is where those visitor suites and grandchildren's playgrounds become so valuable. Finally, trial period strategies are definitely highly recommended. Structured exploration approaches that go beyond typical vacation experiences can help test compatibility before you make the big commitment. I mean, the most effective method is a 30-day rental in your target community during the off-season, November through March, allowing you to experience day-to-day life rather than just the vacation highlights. So today we looked at why so many Southern California retirees are making the move to Sonoma County, from saving money and upgrading their lifestyle to better healthcare options and changing migration patterns and how to handle common concerns. I mean, it's part of a bigger shift in how people are rethinking retirement in California. The cool part, you get to keep that California vibe you love, but with a much better quality of life. So you're thinking about buying or selling in Sonoma County? Well, now's the time, and I'm here to help. Just shoot me an email at david@BruingtonHargreaves.com and let's get things moving. I've helped dozens of people do this, and you could be next. Finding your ideal home doesn't have to be stressful when you know where to look and what to look for. And if you like this video, don't miss the next one. I've linked here. I go deeper into why Sonoma County is booming in 2025 and share insider tips that could save you thousands of dollars in your wine country move.